What's up, YouTube, man? Welcome back to the channel. You guys already know what we do here, man. We break down scary and creepy videos, man. Doesn't matter what type of videos, man. We got TikToks, Reels, anything and everything, man. You can find right here on this channel. Got a good one for you guys today, man. So, let's dive on in, man.
On February 19th of 2013, guests of the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles were complaining of poor-tasting tap water that was running brown. But when the hotel staff went to the roof to check the water tanks, what they found was horrific. Floating inside the tank were the 2-week-old remains of 21-year-old Elisa Lam. But here's why her death became kind of infamously mysterious. Elisa had been missing for weeks prior, which correlated with this strange and unusual video footage from the hotel elevator, which is believed to be her last known sighting. While inside the elevator, she's seen hiding, then pressing all of the buttons, and then she appears to be speaking to someone who's not there. But even more mysterious is how she even got on the roof in the first place. The roof access point is actually set with an alarm that only hotel staff can get past and disarm using a key card. Her autopsy showed nothing in her system aside from prescription medications, and what's strange is that when search canines were on the roof just days prior looking for her, they had never picked up her scent. The body was also found completely undressed in the water, and her cell phone has never been found. There has never been any evidence of foul play or that she was SA'd, and her death was eventually ruled as accidental due to a psychotic break, but the odd nature of how all of this unfolded has left a lot of unanswered questions for this case.
Last week, it was...
In that case, man, it's freaking really weird, bro. So they said no foul play, none of all that other stuff happened to her, man. They said it was just a psychotic break, but how did she get on the roof, man? And they said that only the employees like had the freaking sensors to detect if someone was on there or not. Just imagine, man, you're at a hotel, man, the freaking water is running brown, bro. You already, yeah, you know something's off, man. And there was a freaking body in the freaking water tank. Whew. Crazy, man. I need you guys' thoughts on that down below. What do you guys think? Foul play or it was something else?
It was announced that Gypsy Rose Blanchard will be released on parole in December 2023 after serving 85% of her 10-year sentence. Gypsy has been in jail since 2016 when she was charged in connection with her mother's murder. But now Gypsy is speaking out in a new docuseries that will come out right after her release. In the trailer for the Lifetime series that was released last week, Gypsy Rose said, quote, "After a lifetime of silence, I finally get to use my voice, share my story, and speak my truth." She said, "As a survivor of relentless child abuse, this docuseries chronicles my quest for liberation and journey through self-discovery. I am unapologetically myself and unafraid to expose the hidden parts of my life that have never been revealed until now." Gypsy and several family members who were fooled by Dee Dee Blanchard for years will be speaking out in the docuseries. The show will also reportedly be spotlighting Gypsy's prison wedding to her now husband, Ryan. This series will be coming out in January, and like I said, Gypsy will be released in December. It is called The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and it seems like it will reveal a lot about her life. So it will be very interesting to see and hear things from her perspective.
Okay, so today we're gonna...
Definitely gonna have to freaking check that out. This is a documentary series coming out this month. It's December, so she gets out this month, man. They said she was abused as a kid. That's why she took out her mom, bro. That's just freaking sad and truly evil case, man. Like, how can you do that to your own child, bro? She decided to retaliate and she took the mom's life, man. Now she's in prison and she served 85% of her time. Now she's getting out. I guess telling her side of the story, bro. And the family members, they said they were fooled as well, man. Like I said, you never know a person, bro. They can be completely different, man. Like in public and in private, bro. Need you guys' thoughts down below on that, man. Are you guys checking out the docuseries?
We're gonna talk about Chris Benoit, the man who murdered his wife and his son and then killed himself. What's weird about this case is that Chris was known as a loving man, a great father, and a great husband. So what went wrong for him to kill his family and himself? Before I get into the possible theories as to why he could have killed his family, I'm gonna give you guys a bit of backstory on the case. So the murders took place over a 3-day period. He first killed his wife and then his 7-year-old son. Reports show that both Chris and his wife had traces of alcohol in their system, and Chris had given his son a Xanax to sedate him before he suffocated him with a pillow. And the next day he went into his gym and took his own life by snapping his neck with one of the cables. He killed himself after searching for two particular things on the internet. One was how to break your neck, and the other was a passage from the Bible. Come back for part 2 where we discuss the theory.
It's an evil case, man.
Guys, I'm gonna need you to watch this video for me because I can't explain it. I want to say that this is by far one of the best ghost captured on camera videos I've ever seen. I mean, I really don't know how to explain it, but your discretion is advised, so just watch carefully, okay?
Have you ever heard of Annabelle?
What the hell was that? What do you guys think? Was that an edit or something, man? Kind of looked like there was like a dog under that one. That one I'm kind of iffy about. Like I said, when we watch these cases and stuff together, man, you gotta form your own opinion, man. Like I said, just like I had to. Don't believe what I say. Don't believe what the video shows you. It's up to you guys, man, at the end. What do you guys think?
Yes. So Annabelle is a movie franchise. It's based on a real doll. So the real doll is apparently the second most haunted in the world, and Robert is the number one most haunted in the world. What we didn't realize is how many people had experiences with the doll. They calculated to more than 10,000 people have written in apology letters to Robert to ask for forgiveness because of the curse that he put on him.
What is the story behind this doll? Like, why is it supposedly haunted?
It's like a 3.5-foot tall doll. It's like a life-size doll. It's really weird. He gave it to his son, and he gave his first name and his clothes to this doll. And so the kid and the doll became best friends for years and years and years. And he basically embodied this guy, and this baby became Robert himself. But over the course of his childhood and all the way up until I think he had left his parents' house to go to college, he would have horrible things happen to him because of this doll.
What do you guys think, man? Dolls are creepy dolls, man. They freaking freak me out. I can't stand to even look at them, be around them, man. To say his son, man, had a lifestyle like all of them, bro, and he said bad things would happen to him because of the doll. How did he know, bro? Maybe he's giving out some bad energy or something, man. I don't trust that, bro. You guys know the drill. Dangerous portals look real. I've seen this a couple of times. What do you guys think? Is that an edit or is that real? Not the baby next to her.
These are the most disturbing torture devices I saw at the Torture Museum in Amsterdam. So this device is called the Pear of Anguish, and it was used in the Middle Ages to punish people accused of homosexuality, witchcraft, blasphemy, and women suspected of inducing a miscarriage. But when I first saw it and didn't know the backstory, I thought this doesn't even look that bad, especially because the rest of the stuff in this museum looks a little more like this. But when I got back to the hotel and looked it up, I was shocked. I could not believe how this thing was used to torture people. So the Pear of Anguish is a metal device with the shape of a pear and spoon-like pieces that spread apart when a screw is turned. And it's meant to be inserted into your body. Take a wild guess where. And then this device expands to completely destroy that part of the body, if you know what I mean, causing extreme amounts of pain and often death by blood loss. There were so many insane torture devices in this museum, so follow if you want to hear about all their backstories.
That is crazy, man. Like she said, walking past it, you wouldn't think, you would think a thing that looks like that, you didn't think it could cause that much pain, man. You never know if it could chew backstory horrors or something, man, unless you do the research on it, bro. That's crazy, man. They said back in the mid. Imagine something like that happened to you, bro. You was innocent in a case back then, but you didn't have no choice, man. Crazy, bro. That museum, I'm definitely gonna do some research upon that, man. Definitely.
Oh, you're so traumatized, it makes me want to cry. You dumb motherfucker, I loved you, I loved you, I loved you.
Craigslist stories that should be wiped from our memory. Number 3, Michelle Wilkins. Warning, this is a really dark case. On March 18th, 2015, Michelle Wilkins, who was 7 months pregnant, responded to a Craigslist ad stating that they were selling baby clothes in Boulder County, Colorado. She arrived at Danelle Lane's home where they talked about her pregnancy, and a little later on, Danelle lured her down to her basement, claiming that is where the baby clothes were. On their way down, that is when Danelle attacked her.
Hit her over the head with a lava lamp, which broke into stiff glass. She took a piece of the lava lamp, Michelle in the neck with her, and as was flirting from Michelle's neck, she choked her, pushed her down on the bed, held a pillow over her until she was unconscious, cut Aurora, the baby, out. Aurora by then was, and carried Aurora upstairs and laid her dead in the bathtub.
To everyone's shock, Michelle did survive this brutal attack, however, her baby did not. Danelle, with tears filling her eyes, was sentenced to 100 years in prison, and honestly, that is exactly what she deserves.
She went missing at the age of 9, but was found.
That is freaking crazy, man. How would you do that to... You could do that to a damn pregnant woman, bro. You have to be, like, truly evil and sick, man. And that poor woman, man, lost her freaking baby, bro. She trusted you, you went downstairs and you just did the unthinkable to her, man. What was the reason behind it, bro? I don't have too many words for that case, man. I need you guys' thoughts down below.
Found 6 years later because of this show on Netflix. In 2017, Ryan was granted full custody of his daughter, 9-year-old Kayla Unbehan, but Kayla was later kidnapped by her own mother during a visit in July of that year. Kayla's mother, Heather, completely went off the grid and no one could locate both of them. Until 6 years later, on May 13th of this year, Kayla was recognized by a store worker at Plato's Closet. This happened in Asheville, North Carolina, when this worker apparently watched an episode of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix only a few days before. Kayla's story was featured on Netflix only less than a year ago, and these were some of the images that were sketched of her before and her potential after. Kayla's mother was arrested and faces child abduction charges, and Kayla is now 15 years old and has been reunited with her father.
How would a mom kidnap her own daughter, bro? Separated from her father? Crazy. I've seen this video a couple of times. I don't know what we see right there. I don't see anything.
Scary things caught on camera. 2 girls are eating dinner while her mother happily watches. Everything seems to be going well when one of the girls notices something in the other room and lets out a scared wail.
What?
No one else sees anything, so they continue eating. Her sister tries to calm her down, but she sees something again and starts to cry out of fear. She then stands up, not being able to be near whatever it is that she sees, and runs to her mom for protection. Her sister is laughing hysterically at all this, but then she turns around and sees it for herself.
Look at me. What's the matter?
Let's talk about this picture. This is...
What the hell did they kids see, bro? They ain't just screaming for no reason, man. First I was skeptical, but at the end, that chilling scream, bro, they definitely saw something, man. What do you guys think it was, bro? On that one, I'm stumped, man. But the way she screamed at the end, bro, gave me kind of chills, man. They definitely saw something. You guys know what to do.
This is why if I ever have kids, I'll never let them use the bathroom alone. A 7-year-old girl and her mom were headed to Target, and she was getting some clothes for school. Her mom also wanted to grab some snacks for movie night. So while her mom went to go grab popcorn and other snacks, she told her daughter to go pick out clothes for school. When her daughter finally finished and picked out the clothes, she went up to her mom and said something strange happened. A sad, pale lady had came up to her, telling her that she wished she could have her own daughter that looked just like her. The mom, who thought the daughter was just joking around, laughed it off and said, "Let's go." While heading to the register, the daughter shook her mom and said, "That's the lady who told me she wanted a daughter just like me," pointing at a mannequin. The mom laughed, thinking the daughter was still being silly. You know how kids, like, had wild imaginations, always playing around. While at the register, her daughter had to go to the bathroom. So the mom told her to hurry up. It was only a couple hours down, by the way. While in the bathroom, the daughter texted the mom saying the pale lady's in here who wanted a daughter. The mom, trying to get in a rush back home to her other kids, said, hurry up, we have to go. Stop playing around. 10 minutes later, and the daughter never came out. The mother, who was waiting outside the bathroom at this time, rushes in the bathroom to see what the heck is going on. The daughter was nowhere to be found. She even checked the stalls to see if her daughter was hiding, standing on a toilet or something. On one of the stalls, she found her daughter's cell phone on the floor. By the way, if you made it this far in the video, comment down below your favorite fruit. Mine is mangoes. When she checked her phone, this was the last image found in it. Police still to this day have no explanation on what happened to that little girl.
If you're ever crazy, bro. Goes to show you sometimes, man, if your kids, if you think they're playing, man, sometimes you gotta take their words to heart, man. You know, kids, you think they have an imagination, but sometimes, bro, they speaking the truth, man. And that's crazy. She's never been found to this day. Imagine if her mom went through this, like, blowing off saying, like, she's just a kid. That's just something she's just saying, man. Man, bro, who took her, bro? I have to do some more research on that case.
Camping alone in the forest. If you ever hear animal sounds that are not quite right at night, you get up and leave. Because if they're getting close to you and they don't want you to hear human sounds, they'll start communicating in animal voices. There's a few guys that were out there and they started hearing like sounds that were just a little bit off. You know, you hear like a laughing falcon sound, and he was like, that doesn't actually sound like a... And then he heard the capuchins from different areas, and usually capuchin monkeys are going to be all together in one spot. And he heard it from different directions, and he was just like, he said he climbed into the river and crawled like a turtle out of that. He said he went for hours just to escape. I can't believe that we lost this video, but this guy had a video when they had made contact, and the tribe was there, and they had their arrows, and they're pointing their arrows across the beach, and the guys in the community are trying to send them a canoe filled with bananas, because they're like, look, we're friends, and they're trying to make an offering, like, stop the killing. So they tried to send them a thing, and you can hear the tribes, and they're talking using monkey calls, and we know what a capuchin monkey sounds like, but they're using these calls in the video on the beach, and they're like communicating with each other.
Crazy.
Mom, can you just pass my drink that's on the table, please?
Seen this video a couple of times too.
Thanks.
I don't know if this is an edit or something else, man. I'm calling this is an edit.
This year, Gypsy Rose Blanchard will be released from prison. If you know the case, you know in 2016, Gypsy was sentenced to 10 years for the murder of her mother. She's since gotten married in prison and made parole, with her release date scheduled for December 31st, 2023. According to prosecutors, many of the decisions made in Gypsy's case have come from an understanding that she believed she was seriously sick. But as we now know, it was all fabricated by her mother Dee Dee for sympathy and attention. By 2010, Gypsy had become aware that she wasn't 14 like her mother said, she was 19. Aware but terrified, Gypsy almost never left the Springfield home that was built specifically for her and Dee Dee. But she would stay up late in the house on her computer. In 2012, Gypsy secretly met Nick on a Christian dating site. He had been diagnosed with autism in grade school, and after an initial meeting, the couple began to develop a plan. In June of 2015, Gypsy let Nick into her home and provided him with gloves, duct tape, and a knife. She then sat in the bathroom covering her ears as Nick stabbed her sleeping mother in the back 17 times. Once it was over, the couple had sex in Gypsy's room. Then they stole $4,000 and fled to the motel where Nick was staying just outside of Springfield. From here, Gypsy and Nick mailed the murder weapon to his place in Wisconsin. They followed closely behind on a bus, with Gypsy admitting that at this point she thought they had gotten away with it. But of course they didn't. On June 14th, Gypsy also posted this to Facebook. This obviously led to a welfare check where police found Dee Dee's body and Gypsy's empty wheelchair. The immediate thought was that Gypsy had been abducted, helpless without her medications and support equipment. In the end, it was one of Gypsy's neighbors who told police what she knew about her online boyfriend. Police tracked the IP address from her Facebook account, and this led them directly to the couple in Wisconsin. Gypsy ended up taking a plea deal and was sentenced to 10 years, while Nick was sentenced to life. As one doctor had suspected before, Dee Dee was the one who was actually sick. Though again, today Gypsy is up for parole. She got married in prison last year, but the couple has reportedly split after just 4 months. Unfortunately, Gypsy's friends and family are concerned about her release, saying she needs to change her behavior, refuses help, and could end up back in prison. As of March 1st, a judge has denied Nick's motion for a new trial.
It's crazy, man. We heard this child before, but we didn't get the rest of the details. So she set it up because your mom pretending her own daughter was sick and she wasn't, man. What we going through people's heads, bro? Like faking illnesses, but that's not something you should do. That's just true. That's just wrong, bro. She's getting out this month, man. But they said that families and friends saying that she's still not trying to take any help, man. She's not trying to be held accountable, bro. And they figure she's gonna end back up in there, bro. Tell me what you guys think, man. That freaking case had twists and turns, but I never even knew. Goes to show you why you need all the details.
You don't know the dark truth behind Peppa Pig. Hello, I'm Peppa, and this is my story. I was never a healthy child. My mom struggled with addictions that started before I was born, which gave me several birth defects. I was born with both eyes on one side of my face. I couldn't walk or do almost anything for myself. My dad hated me for it. He blamed me for him never being able to do anything in his life besides taking care of me. He hid me in the house and never let me leave. He thought it was only fair that I didn't get to have a life either. He became very mentally ill after being in the house with me. For several years. One day he snapped and wanted to make me normal. He tried to make an eye hole for me on the correct side of my face. That night I passed, and he didn't tell anyone what happened. After 6 months of my brother Georgie and my mum asking what happened to me, he snapped again. He took himself and both of them to the afterlife with me.
Who was your mother?
Gloria Satterfield.
Gloria Satterfield?
Yes.
And is Gloria still with us?
She's not.
And when did she pass?
February 26, 2018.
2018?
Yes, sir.
And who did she work for when she passed?
Alex and Maggie Murdoch.
During the course of that, you got to know Alec and his family to some extent as well?
Yes.
Did you trust Mr. Murdoch?
Yes.
What happened to your mom?
She fell and hit her head.
And where was she when that happened?
She was at Allison's house in Moselle.
In Moselle?
Yes.
Did she pass right away, or did she live for a while?
She lived for a few weeks.
Was she ever able to say to you what happened, how she fell or anything?
No, she was not.
After she passed, did you have any conversation with Alec about what to do about it?
I did.
And what was the conversation you had with Alec?
I barely remember, but it was like, let me go after my insurance company for this or whatever, kind of get these medical bills and stuff paid.
For the money.
Okay. So he said he was going to go after his insurance company?
Yes.
And get medical bills for your mom paid?
Yes.
Did he say he might get money for you and your brother?
Yes.
Did you ever get 1 cent from Alec Murdoch when he was still, before all of this happened?
No.
It took, after this happening, it took a legal process for that to happen, is that right?
Yes.
And ultimately, is it your understanding that he confessed judgment to taking money for both of those, is that right?
Took the money? So his mom passed away, and then he was supposed to get, I don't know, an insurance claim or something, and he just took the money, man? That was supposed to support him and his daughter, bro? Crazy case, man. How can you do that but take away somebody else's money, man, for their own family, which they need it for, bro? And he just did it, man, so the rich can get freaking richer, bro. He said he ran that through his own insurance company too, so he must have did that a bunch of times, bro, doing that to a whole lot of families. Crazy, bro.
So I'll move yourself to the front, all right? Yeah. You said.
This guy's girlfriend
You
said
said I won't let
it's a
myself?
PlayStation.
Sure you're okay? This is gonna happen, all right? I want to take your left hand out, put it on top of your head for me. That's it, I'm moving on top. Right in front.
Damn, what the hell?
Just out there, go and have a seat. Go and have a seat. You're good. You're good. There you go. Okay. There you go.
Would you like any water or anything like that? No?
Can't ever say anything.
nose and out through your mouth. Do it with me, ready?
Just snap. He said he did it, took out his son and girlfriend because he got hit with a police station. You saw he was like hyperventilating and stuff like. Like it was some situations, but it's not the serious, man. It's best to just walk away. I don't know who threw the police station, man, but it ended up in a tragedy all over a freaking game system, bro. Crazy, man. I don't know if that's an edit or not. If you're an edit.
After 5+ years, there are finally updates in the case of Carly Gusek. If you know the case, you know the 16-year-old vanished from her family's home in Chalfant Valley, California. She was last seen walking from her rural neighborhood to Highway 6, but up until now, we've really had no idea what could have happened. Today, police are searching for clues in a mining town over 100 miles away, where they, quote, have seized the vehicle that may have picked Carly up from the highway. It's alleging someone is responsible for her disappearance, and to understand who, we have to go back to that Friday night. Around 7 p.m. on October 12th, Carly was untruthful to her family about attending the high school football game. She went to a hangout with her boyfriend Donald instead, and then around 8:30 became so paranoid that she blew her cover. She called her stepmom in a panic, begging to be picked up from Highland Park, about 15 minutes away. Now with that, Melissa immediately left their family's home and headed to town. But by the time she arrived, her daughter had literally run a mile from the pickup spot and her boyfriend. She was found sprinting down that dark road with just her flashlight, and so she was taken home to calm down. After getting back around 10 p.m., Carly's family says that she, quote, had dinner, painted her toenails, colored, and read the Bible. But she was reportedly still acting out of it, so Melissa started taking audio recordings of her behavior to teach her a lesson the following day. Audio recordings where she clearly made some concerning statements. Now from here, Melissa's story has actually changed, but today she maintains she last saw her daughter in her bed around 5:45 a.m., and that it was around 7 when she found her missing, along with her front door slightly open and a single footprint in the snow. As we know, between 7:30 and 9:30 that morning, Melissa and Carly's father were out seen searching for her in their respective vehicles. After 2 hours with no luck, they informed her birth mom that she was gone, and then they contacted police. And police immediately found 3 credible witnesses who saw Carly walking that morning from Chalfant Valley Estates up to Highway 6. Now, while these sightings were in line with Carly's scent trail and the timeline provided by her parents, everyone searched and searched but found nothing. An 18-year-old has been arrested for what she took that night, along with her family for some pretty terrible domestic violence, but no leads directly associated with her case, or at least up until now. As I mentioned, police are currently searching through the town of Tonopah, Nevada, which is actually one of the first exits off Highway 6 where Carly was last seen. They received a tip from someone there making amends in a recovery program, and reportedly this person, quote, saw an incident with her in town and can't live with knowing what happened. Police haven't revealed details about the incident, but they have, quote, been provided with the make, model, and location of the car that brought Carly into the area. Again, they've seized it, and now they're waiting on lab results. So with that, I have to add I found one thing that might add context to this tip. About a year ago, Melissa gave an interview where she said police were following up on a lead where Carly was hit by a car out of town. Reportedly, police found a vehicle with damage to the front end and a person of interest. So if these 2 leads are connected, it could be an avenue where the investigation is going, following the theory Carly was picked up from the highway. Of course, she remains missing, and the most prominent theories remain that she was either abducted, wandered off and succumbed to the elements, or never made it out of her family's house. Carly is described as being 5'7", 110 pounds, with blonde brown hair and blue eyes. Anyone with information is asked to contact the number above.
That's crazy, bro. She's never been found, man. They had the timeline and all that, bro, too. She's still gone, bro. They saw the police, man, when they made their way through the course of that freaking map, man. Shows you how freaking big they had to expand their search, bro. Crazy, man. I'm about to do some more research up on that case. And my brain turning, bro.
Never researched a case that has had more unexplainable circumstances than this. This is the mystery of Dyatlov Pass. For those who aren't familiar with the story, this is in 1959 when 9 experienced Russian hikers are reported missing after a mountain expedition. A search crew was sent to look for them, and what they found was horrific. Their tent was there, but it had been cut from the inside as if they were trying to escape it. The search party that was there didn't find any evidence of a threat outside of the tent, so why they cut their way out was completely unknown. But even stranger than that, the footprints that were found outside of the tent indicated that after they cut their way out, they weren't running. They were just walking normally. The bodies are all discovered kind of scattered in a several-mile radius throughout the snow, some of them half-dressed. 6 of them died from hypothermia, and 3 of them died from an unknown blunt force trauma causing severe damage to the skull and chest. 2 of them are found without eyes, one with their tongue cut out and one without eyebrows. One of the bodies also tested positive for unusually high levels of radiation in their clothing. The most widely accepted theory is that this was some kind of an avalanche that had melted by the time the search party came, and that the missing eyes and tongue were just attributed to animals. But let's talk about some contradicting evidence here. These were 9 very experienced hikers that would know enough not to set up camp in any sort of a danger zone, nor was there any evidence that an avalanche even occurred by the time the search party came. That, in addition to the slow-moving footprints outside of the tent when they were supposedly trying to outrun this avalanche, or even the radiation in the clothing. The case has never conclusively been closed, but no one really knows for sure what they saw that night that made them cut their way out of their tent.
Crazy. Why do you guys think they cut their way out of their tent, man? Like you say, there was experienced hikers and stuff like that, so obviously they wanted to pick a bad spot. Might be more to that story, man. He said the cage wasn't even closed, so you never know, man. Creepy case, bro.
I remember standing against the glass, begging, yelling at her to fight. But we didn't get her back. From there, I got to hold her again for the first time in 40 days. But she was blue, and she was lifeless, and she was gone. Daily life is very different for us now. I have a 9-year-old that no longer has a little sister. My husband and I no longer have our baby. You know, we're a family member short. I had never heard of anyone ingesting a button battery before. Obviously, as a parent, you know ingesting anything is not okay. But I never knew what could happen. I hope to get law changes. I spend lots of time reaching out to different congressmen, telling Reese's story, hoping that at one point we can get a bill to the Hill and get these changes to help protect our children. I would like to see battery compartments become more secure. Ideally, I would like to see a screw added to all devices that have button batteries in them, so that you're actually having to take a screwdriver to the screw and to take that apart. That way there's not a remote can drop and the back busts off, and it's that simple. In Reese's room at Texas Children's, there was this plaque, and it said, "He has a plan and I have a purpose." It sat under her Christmas tree, and I just knew, you know, there was a plan for this, and Reese has a purpose, you know, and we're gonna get through it, and her and I and my husband and my other daughter are gonna stand together as a family and warn people about the dangers. She's not.
That, man, the last story, the last TikTok, bro, that was freaking just a sad and tragic story, man. If she still spawned a button battery, bro. I had a feeling it was like that small one that goes in the back of, you know, those remotes, man. For her to lose a baby, man, like she said, when she held her, she was blue, bro. Held her first time in 40 days, man. Shows you, man. I gotta be aware of our surroundings, bro. Hopefully, man, they need to, if you can, like she said, they need to change the bill, man, with those batteries. They can be reworked so that won't ever happen again. YouTube, that's it, man, for this video for you guys today. Like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, man. It's the only way we can get into the algorithm, man. We could grow faster and even further, man. More people can see our videos, man. We can connect with everybody, bro. So, like I said, tell me in the comment section down below, guys. Like I said, what do you guys think of the new layout? I think like I said, I'm sticking with this one going forward. Also, man, tell me, guys, if you guys have any suggestions of community names. I would really appreciate the support. Let's hit this 1,000 subscribers, man. I'm out. Peace, YouTube.